Hey all, and thanks for returning. I want to first off explain why I hadn't had a video in a couple of weeks. One, I've been working with the Boy Scouts. We've been doing some volunteer work and trying to raise items to help those who were impacted by the hurricane in the New Orleans area. So we've been out collecting water and things like that for our troops. So that's part of it. And the second is my oldest kid turned 18, so we had all those celebrations. But anyway, while I was out and about, I had to stop by and pick up some stuff, and I was at Dick's Sporting Goods, and they had Field Stream Paracord. Well, you know, I gotta pick it up. So let's do a review. So as I said, I was at Dick's Sporting Goods and I saw that they had this Field Stream Paracord. So they had Gear Aid, which Academy Sports, Amazon, everybody else in the free world sells. But then they also had this Field Stream, and I was like, it looks similar. It's got the carabiner, and even some of the lettering is the same, but it's Field Stream brand. So I thought, okay, I'm going to give it a try. So let's take our first look. They say it's 100% nylon. Some places use polyester to save money, so we'll see. And then it says you can tease out the cord threads for fishing lines, sewing, etc. 50 feet. Now, 50 feet, this was only $4.99, and it came with the carabiner. So that's pretty cool, pretty nice deal. Of course, the warning, do not use for climbing. Made in China. Distributed by ASL LLC out of Pennsylvania. So anyway, that's that. Let's take a look. A pretty nice little digital camo, woodland look. Let's see what we can find here. So a decent little carabiner. I know I'll wind up using that at some point. One complaint. Oh, now it comes undone. Okay. So, overall, here's the look and feel. It is nicely round. It's got a little bit of flatness to it, but overall, it's fairly round. You know, you compare that to, say, the Atwood rope. Atwood rope, as far as width, might be a tad bit bigger and more keep its shape, whereas this stuff does lay a little flat, but it is not as bad as some of the other stuff from China we have seen. So let's see what's on the inside, shall we? So looking at the piece that I just cut, it is true paracord. So it's not like that hyper tough stuff, or not hyper tough, the stuff from Home Depot or even from Harbor Freight. It does have a true 7 cores, so you can see that there. Let's see how it melts nicely. Cools fairly quick. What I've noticed is with the polyester ones, and this is just from personal experience, I have not looked it up, the ones that have more polyester seem to burn a little bit longer and stay hotter or more melty, whereas the true nylon, not so much. This is already cold and hard. Now, the reason I do a prolonged burn test is mainly because I make a lot of these for my Boy Scouts. I make them for Cub Scouts, etc. And if they're cooking over a fire, if they're cooking and they get their hand too close to the flame, I do not want their bracelet catching fire. I don't want it to be a fire hazard. And I know these things don't catch easily, but we're talking about anywhere between 11 to 18-year-old boys. And anyone who has been around a lot of boys know that they tend to all share one brain cell, and not all of them think well during panicking. So this is why I do that test. So I'm going to do the prolonged burning test. Okay. So it is staying burning, and you can see it's still burning. So that is definitely a problem for me. And it keeps going. It's like the Energizer Bunny. And it just burnt out. So yeah, that's not awesome. But I'm not going to hold that against him completely. So you know what? Let's go ahead and let's make a quick bracelet and see how it is to work with, shall we? Okay, and I am all done. I got to tell you, this was really easy. This stuff, I know it's a jumbled mess now, but it was very easy to work with. This was not one where I had any problems making wrapping it. It works very well. It feels incredibly nice and smooth. You know, I know it's Chinese made, but it's on the higher end. It could be because of the nylon, or it could be because of it's a higher end manufacturing. But I will tell you, putting this on, and yeah, it's a little hard one-handed, but putting it on and wearing it, it just feels really good. It has a nice feel to it. It is it's not rough, it's very smooth. So I have to say I'm relatively impressed. It is the type that I could see wearing all the time. You know, this is not irritating at all. So it has a very nice look, feel. It was very easy to make this bracelet. It was one of the few times I was able to make one of these wrap style, and this is the style I use for Operation Gratitude. This is one of the few times I was able to make it without without having to go back and redo things. It just lays really nicely. So that to me says a lot. While I was making this, I did take a moment and look up this distributed by ASL LLC. Yeah, apparently that is just the distribution company for Dick's Sporting Goods. So they must be licensing the name of Field and Stream for the purposes of this paracord. For all I know, considering the font, I would not doubt if this is Gear Aid stuff that is being rebadged by Dick's with Field and Stream. Considering Gear Aid tends to sell theirs with a black carabiner, it wouldn't surprise me at all. So taking a look at the Gear Aid one, they're damn near identical. If you look here, there's some writing on here, and let's see if I can zoom in to get what it says. Have that, and they're duplicates. So I'm pretty certain that this is the same stuff. This is made by Gear Aid. I'm pretty darn certain. So, you know, I had good luck with the Gear Aid, and I'm having good luck with this. So considering that I gave Gear Aid a 4 out of 5, and I am 99% sure that Gear Aid made this stuff, and I'm kind of surprised I'm going to say this, but also considering that you get more for the Dick stuff than you get from Gear Aid, in that this is 50 feet. Gear Aid, you get about 30 feet for $5.95, and this was $4.99. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna give this, I want to give it 4.5 stars, but since I don't do half stars, I'm gonna give it 4 strong stars, and say that if you're at Dick's, this is worth picking up. So thank you for everybody for the patience. Thanks everybody. And if you have any ideas, if you have something that you want me to look into, shoot me an email, send me a message. But until next time, keep paracording. Later.